We've all dreamed of achieving wealth, having enough money to live life on our own terms without any financial stresses or constraints. But for most people, that's all it ever remains. A dream, a fantasy reserved for lottery winners and trust fund babies. So why is building real wealth such an elusive goal? Let's explore the key habits and mindset shifts needed to turn your wealth fantasies into reality. Number 1. Avoid get-rich-quick schemes. Those enticing ads for get rich from home without doing any work or turn a small investment into crazy wealth overnight schemes are so alluring. They tease the fantasy of achieving abundant riches through minimal effort. What's not to love about that setup? They appeal to the basic instincts of human nature. But the reality is that 99.9% of these schemes are carefully constructed cons designed to part you from your money, not help you build real wealth. They dazzle you with the possibility of quick riches, while preying on your impatience and desire for easy shortcuts. The truth is that building legitimate wealth tends to be a long game that requires consistency, hard work, and letting your money compound over many years. Chasing get-rich-quick schemes is a major diversion that prevents most people from taking the proven, sustainable path to real wealth accumulation. Number 2. Steer clear of distractions. In today's world, we are perpetually bombarded with distractions from all angles. Streaming services, social media, video games, and endless content are vying for our attention. It's all too easy to slip into the habit of mindless consumption as a way to unwind after work or on weekends. Framed through that lens, these distractions seem harmless, just blowing off some casual steam. But over time, they insidiously drain your scarcest resources: time, energy, motivation, and focus. Hours flit away, leaving you to wonder where entire days went. And those wasted hours were hours you could have spent pursuing passionate professional projects, developing investment skills, networking within your industry, or optimizing your earnings and finances for building wealth. Left unrestrained, these distractions prevent many people from ever gaining financial traction. Number 3. Develop an abundance mindset. Most of us were raised to view money and resources through the lens of scarcity. The belief that there will never be enough to go around, and that we need to get ours at all costs. It's an understandable mindset given how many families live paycheck to paycheck under chronic financial strain. But this scarcity mindset breeds a host of limiting beliefs and scarcity behaviors that are nothing but negative. They ultimately become self-fulfilling prophecies, keeping people impoverished. Under the scarcity mentality, you perennially under-earn for your potential, underinvest and undersave, because you always assume tough times are imminent, and this makes you obsess over the short term. This mental framework is a major drag to building real wealth. In contrast, an abundance mindset is the belief that there is always enough money, enough resources, and enough opportunities out there for you to accumulate wealth if you make the right moves. Abundance unlocks new possibilities in your mind and frees you from the scarcity treadmill that holds so many people trapped. Number 4. Pursue intentional wealth building. For many people, their financial efforts stem more from inertia and old habits rather than from any defined intentions. They've been sleepwalking through life doing things the same way they've always done them without any strategic alignment towards wealth. It's an easy trap to fall into. We all have periods where we mentally check out from time to time. Actually working on building riches is something that we put off until we have more time or until we can fully focus on it. But before long, months and years have drifted by, and you look up only to find yourself completely off track financially from where you wanted to go. That drifting prevents any lasting wealth from ever accumulating. To reverse that pattern requires developing intentional habits, setting clear financial goals, and bringing every dollar and investing decision into alignment with your personal path towards wealth. Simply put, building riches is like building fitness or muscle mass. It doesn't happen by accident. Number 5. Prioritize asset building over consumption. Our consumerist culture bombards us daily with a dizzying array of messaging that stokes our desire to own the latest luxury fashion, tech gadgets, home goods, jewelry, or whatever shiny object is being hyped at the moment. The life portrayed is one of perpetual indulgence, consumption, and acquisition. a never-ending cycle of working hard and immediately spending those earnings on fleeting pleasures and cool stuff. It's an intoxicating vision to buy into. After all, aren't we supposed to want nice things and reward ourselves after grinding so hard at the office? The reality is that when consumption becomes the priority over investing, you spend the seeds rather than planting them, and allowing that small expenditure to blossom into a money tree over future decades. People on the path to building wealth have to ruthlessly reorient their value system away from embellishing their lifestyles with superfluous luxuries and towards pouring their surplus income into revenue-generating assets. Number 6. Develop higher income capabilities. Depending on your income level, regardless of how stringently you budget, invest, and live frugally, there is an income ceiling on how much net worth you can potentially accumulate. If your paycheck stays flat for years or decades on end, wealth creation will eventually stall out, no matter how disciplined you are. Building wealth demands surplus income that you can plow into assets and investments. Without that influx of capital, you just can't access the same wealth-building mechanisms and tools as higher earners. So in parallel with optimizing other financial habits, developing capabilities to increase your income over time becomes vital for long-term wealth creation. That could mean acquiring new skills, getting higher-paying certifications in your industry, aggressively pursuing promotions and raises, exploring entrepreneurial or freelance income streams, or making career pivots into more lucrative fields over time. The goal is to gradually expand your income bandwidth so you have more excess capital that you can then steer into more lucrative channels. To get you started, check out the description below for a business you can start building and eventually grow into an income-generating engine. Number 7. Develop persistence and grit. We've all experienced starting some new effort towards a financial goal, hitting the inevitable snags that come with any major undertaking, and then abandoning it for something else. Maybe it was attempting to start a business, save up to invest in real estate, or master the stock market. Whatever it was, obstacles cropped up that deterred you from sticking with it and seeing things through to the finish line. This is the graveyard where most people's dreams of wealth accumulation go to die. An inability to persist stubbornly through the rough patches. Building real wealth is a long game that is guaranteed to span years and decades. It requires developing the mental toughness and grit to overcome setbacks, adjust around roadblocks, and persistently march in the direction of your financial goals, no matter what curveballs get thrown your way. We've covered the key parameters for financial success, though attaining wealth can be a long road. But there are some common defined phases in this journey that can help give you goals to aim for, so that you can keep advancing. Check out this video next to see where you stand in the 7 stages of wealth.